Next on Worcester News tonight, a Christmas tradition in Webster now honors the late detective Cindy Johnson. Plus, ice skating on the Worcester Common Oval opens for the season this weekend. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemmon. People in central Massachusetts getting ready for some significant snowfall this weekend. According to the National Weather Service, a winter storm warning will go into effect at 4 a.m. and drivers should plan on difficult travel conditions if they plan on hitting the roads. Today, our Brittany Schaefer got a look at how Worcester is preparing.
Worcester DPW is prepared for snow. The snow removal equipment is on standby, and there's $2 million more in the city's snow budget than last year.
The snow budget is $6.2 million this year. It's quite a bit higher than it's been in the past. Over the last decade or so, we've been trying to increase the snow budget to more realistically reflect what we likely will spend.
DPW is adding 2 new plow trucks to the fleet this year, but Commissioner Paul Moosey says it's the contractors he's worried about because of this earlier snowstorm.
Concern is more the hired equipment. We know a lot of them are out there right up till today doing other work, so we're calling them all now, kind of gauging how many of them would be available for tomorrow.
And the city isn't the only one preparing. True Value on Hamilton Street says it's been a popular day for shovels and ice melt.
It's been pretty busy. We have been selling shovels all week, but maybe as many as half of our transactions had some kind of winter removal thing.
Shaylee Cologne was at the hardware store Friday picking up 50 pounds of ice melt.
I'm actually a caretaker for an elderly woman, and she needs some ice melt, so I'm here getting it for her. I should probably get some for myself, too.
Moosey says while the snow is coming earlier this year, he's happy it's happening on a weekend.
Frankly, for a first storm of the year, a Saturday night into Sunday is actually, I'm sure it's inconvenient to somebody, but it's actually a good time because we don't have a rush hour involved.
Now, Moosey says the de-icer will be out pre-treating roads tomorrow morning, and the winter parking ban does go into effect at 8 a.m. on Saturday. It means no parking on either side of main roadways, but there is free parking in all city-run garages during the ban. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
All right, thank you, Brittany. The Worcester Common Oval opens Saturday for the ice skating season. With snow in the forecast, Worcester will be turning into a winter wonderland. The rink is open from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. this Saturday and Sunday. Kids can have their picture taken with Santa for free from noon to 2. The rink was originally set to open last week during the Festival of Lights, but due to warm weather, it was postponed. The conductor of the Boston Pops, Keith Lockhart, in Worcester tonight, performing at the Hanover Theatre. Lockhart bringing the holiday pops, one of New England's greatest Christmas time traditions, to the city. Tonight's concert was the only performance here in Worcester. It featured the Boston Pops Esplanade Orchestra performing songs including Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Actor Tyler Belmont from the Hanover Theatre's production of A Christmas Carol also joined the Pops on stage to guest narrate "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" during the concert. Webster's Memorial Beach is transformed into a winter wonderland Friday. Dozens came out to celebrate the holidays while remembering a fallen police detective. Cindy Johnson put on the event for years, but tonight it was held in her honor. Our Cam Jandro has more.
Yeah, Olivia, Winter Wonderland was one of Johnson's favorite events, having decorated for it the last few years. Tonight, the department held the event in her honor. A Christmas tree full of photos honors fallen Webster detective Cindy Johnson. Johnson passed away after a battle with ovarian cancer in July. She was instrumental in the town's annual Winter Wonderland. Deputy Chief Michael Shaw says not having her around is hard.
It was tough. We definitely wanted to do it right because we know that she'd be looking down and let us know that if we didn't do a good job. I think we did her proud, and it was definitely something special that we're going to carry on.
Dozens visited Memorial Beach to take photos with Santa and remember Johnson. For some, Winter Wonderland is much more than a small holiday gathering.
You know, we're a small town, we've been through a lot, but we are investing in our future to honor our past. And this is one of the things that is really important, is just kind of bringing everybody together around the holidays.
Johnson was a lifelong Webster resident, beginning her career with the police department in 1993. Friday, all ages recognized Johnson's dedication to the town.
Really nice to come down and remember the good times and having such a wonderful place, Winter Wonderland, to celebrate and remember is really great.
Yeah, and I remember last year she was a big part of this, so having just to come down and help and do whatever we can, it's all for her.
And with Christmas approaching, Shaw says he's glad to remember Johnson with something she loved.
So she was a huge part of this for like the last 5 or 6 years. Really loved this event and put her whole heart and soul into it.
Now, for those of you who may have missed it tonight, Winter Wonderland will also light up Memorial Beach tomorrow. The event is from 5 to 8, and the best part is, it's completely free. Reporting in Webster, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Cam. A car crashes into a Worcester business Friday afternoon after witnesses say the driver veered off the road. Worcester Fire and police were on scene of Echo Brook Nursery on Grafton Street. The crash happened around 2:30 this afternoon. One witness tells us he ran over to help. The car was smoking and the male driver was passed out.
So I grabbed an extinguisher out of a truck. I ran across the street with it, and I helped put the fire out with the guy. It was pretty scary, you know? I mean, the car was on fire. I thought it was going to blow up.
Still no word yet on what caused the crash. The city's medical director for the Division of Public Health receives a Lifetime Achievement Award for his work in the field of injury prevention. Dr. Michael Hirsh is honored by the Injury-Free Coalition for Kids. For more than 30 years, the UMass Memorial Surgeon has focused on the development and implementation of innovative interventions to prevent pediatric injury and address firearm injuries. Dr. Hirsh lost one of his best friends to a firearm injury and since then has become the co-founder of Goods for Guns, taking more than 3,200 guns off the streets in the last 15 years. Just one day after Senator Al Franken announced he will resign, Senator Elizabeth Warren says she urged him to do so. During her visit to Worcester Friday, she says America needs change. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details.
It was time.
In a visit to Worcester Friday, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren speaks out about Senator Al Franken's resignation.
This is a time in America where we need change. The first women who stood up and said, "Me too," were incredibly brave, and they took a lot of risk.
Minnesota Democratic Senator Al Franken announced Thursday he would step down amid allegations he had groped several women and forcibly tried to kiss others.
Some of the allegations against me are simply not true. Others I remember very differently.
Warren, who has a longtime friendship with Franken, says she spoke with him personally and recommended he resign. She joined a number of other Democratic senators asking him to do the same.
This is about making sure that we get real accountability when men misbehave.
Warren says it's not about politics. It's about making people feel safe in the workplace. Meanwhile, on Twitter, President Donald Trump is confirming his support for Roy Moore. The Republican is running in a United States Senate special election in Alabama. Moore is facing his own allegations of sexual misconduct.
I suppose that we shouldn't be surprised that given Trump's history on his treatment of women, that he should find Roy Moore and acceptable, notwithstanding the allegations against him.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Rosalind. Rhode Island may need to pay more than initially expected to keep the Paw Sox from moving to Worcester. Revised financial legislation shows a new Paw Sox stadium could cost $97 million. That's a 17% increase from the original estimate of $83 million. However, the state finance chairman says the projected higher costs are just a worst-case scenario. If the state can't assure funding, the Paw Sox will likely move. Team chairman Larry Licino was in Worcester Wednesday. City leaders are working to bring the team here.